Hey guys, welcome back to Airlocks and Aviaries. Today we have something a little bit different planned for our video. I am going to be reviewing the most recent show I watched while making fan art for it, which just happens to be Helluva Boss, the YouTube show. And I will be making fan art of the characters as Squishmallows. I don't know, I just thought it would be fun, and so I'm doing it. Let me know if you like this type of video. I've never done this before. So let's just get into it. So, Helluva Boss. This is a YouTube show that's been going on for I think about a few years now, and I didn't know anything about it until the second season came out, like part of the second season, just very recently actually, and I saw a lot of social media talking about it, and I thought, you know what, why don't I check it out? So I binged the entire show in one weekend. Not a really big feat since the episodes are like 20 minutes each, but still. I really like this show, and for a lot of reasons, like the voice acting, the art style, the creativity, and just the way that the characters defy gender roles was just really amazing. However, I did feel like this show was missing something, so I'm going to talk about it here as I do this fan art. So, first, let's talk about what I really liked. I loved the voice acting. I didn't even know this before I started the show, but Brandon Rogers, that YouTube channel that I really like, that, you know, the YouTube guy who does all those funny characters and is responsible for that Vine that's like, move, I'm gay, that guy, he's so funny, and he was the main character on this show, Blitz, and he does an amazing job. I think he's hilarious, and I think the rest of the cast is funny as well. Like, you could tell there's so much passion that went into this. Everyone's just so animated and over the top, which is just another thing I really liked about this show. Like, the animation and the art style and how everything is just so over the top and crazy with all the violence and the gore and the innuendos and the dark humor and stuff. But it's not just like flat unfunny, like doing something for the sake of just being shocking, you know? The story has a good balance of being meaningful and having like extremely relatable characters, while acknowledging that part of the human condition of adapting to terrible situations is to make fun of it. But back to the animation style. It's super cartoonish and bright and bold without looking tacky. It's really visually funny as well as well written, and there's always something I can notice about the scenes when I look back over them. I just know that the animators poured their hearts and souls into this, from the gory violence to the pretty backgrounds. It's just super visually pleasing. Which brings me to another thing I really love about this series. The character designs. Holy moly, these character designs are really something special. This series is set in hell, so all the characters are demons. So this designer and artist, Vivzipop, I think their name is, I don't know, I didn't know them prior to this, but they really didn't hold back when creating amazing designs for these characters. We have these little imp demon creatures that look like tiny classic demons with red and black and white colors and pointy horns and tails. Then there's the rest of the demons that are like a myriad of different animals, from like wolves to birds to snakes, all created in their own cool demon way with like a fun touch to them, and I just think it's really visually wonderful to look at these characters. And each character has their own color palette too, and it matches the environment that they exist in, like the imp demons with all their muted tones, the dingy gray buildings with their red on top of it and the blood and stuff, and then the royal demons and their castles with all the stars and the libraries and the blues and purples. It's just so pretty. This is the reason mostly why I wanted to draw these characters as stuffed squishmallows, because their designs are just so iconic. Another thing I really want to mention about this show is how it just so shamelessly breaks gender roles and is jam-packed with delightful queer chaos. There's gay demons and pan demons and repressed demons suffering from comp het. There are openly bi-for-bi relationships that sort of reverse the typical gender roles. There are healthy relationships between queer demons, there are unhealthy relationships between queer demons, and to top it all off, there's also a main character who is a dog girl, hellhound, busting these pretty feminine character stereotypes by straight up being a messy, angry wolf lady, and I love her. This show is a slap in the face of gender roles and portrays excellent relatable characters and all kinds of interpersonal drama on top of all that crazy violent action that this show is like trademark for. However, I do have one sort of complaint about this show, but it's more of a, this show is good and I wish it had this one thing to make it even better sort of a thing. Also, it shouldn't even really be count as a complaint, since who am I to demand anything from this show? It's free on YouTube. Nonetheless, I still do wish Helluva Boss had this one thing, and that is a consistent villain or problem. Each episode, the characters seemed to defeat the enemies and get rid of the problems, and they wouldn't really come up again as major threats. The show just sort of moved on from each episode. The real consistency and impending problem is the main relationships of the show, which is cool. However, I do still wish there was an enemy or a problem that tied all the episodes together, or a goal for all the characters to work towards defeating. But who knows? We're only 2 episodes into season 2, and there was a sort of teaser at the end of season 1 hinting at the return of some villains, so maybe I could get my wish. Either way, though, it's a great show. From the voice acting to the animation and the character design to the writing and the queerness, it's just all around fun and goofy and sometimes even heartbreaking. Just a really great show, and I highly recommend it. So, that was my review of Helluva Boss, and here is my fan art. Isn't it cute? I drew Blitz, Stolas, Octavia, and Luna as Squishmallows plushies. I would have done Moxie and Millie too, because I love them, but I only wanted to draw 4 so my hand didn't fall off, and I just adore Octavia and Luna's designs, so here they are. I based these off of all real existing Squishmallows, like the Owl Squishmallow, the Wolf Squishmallow, the Peacock Squishmallow, and the Devil Squishmallow. Yes, this does exist and it's adorable. Anyway, here they are all together. I hope you like them. This was really fun to do. Let me know if you want me to post more fan art and reviews on this channel. I think these are really fun videos, so maybe you guys will like some more. Alright, that is it for this video, Spacebirds. Have a lovely day, and remember, you are valid. Bye.